Good morning. Welcome to the forecast discussion for June 18th, 2013. It's currently 9 a.m. We have a very muggy, humid air mass in place this morning with temperatures in the mid to upper 60s over the northern tier, upper 60s to lower 70s in the New York City metropolitan area, and lower 70s in the Philadelphia metropolitan area. Dew points are already in the 60s, and this humid air mass will give way to a very heavy rainfall by this afternoon and evening with showers and thunderstorms, and unfortunately a very rough evening commute for the entire Philadelphia and New York City metropolitan area. So let's look at the surface map first, because I want to show you where we're really seeing a division in the air mass. Clearly, high pressure is building in over the eastern Great Lakes, and with that, plenty of dry air. Very moist air is setting up over the Philadelphia and New York City metropolitan area. And that moist air and that division is basically going to set up almost like a railroad track of deep low-level moisture, mid-level moisture, riding up the East Coast and into the Philadelphia and New York City metropolitan areas for this afternoon and evening, producing widespread showers and thunderstorms and periods of moderate to heavy rainfall. You can see an area low pressure starting to coalesce and develop over the Ohio and Tennessee River valleys. This area low pressure will lift north and east tonight, and behind that low pressure system, this dry air that is currently over the Great Lakes will slide in, producing very comfortable weather conditions by tomorrow. But first, we have to deal with the moderate to heavy rainfall. On the radar, we can see our area of heavy rainfall setting up over the Tennessee and Ohio River valleys. This area of rainfall will lift north and east and reach the Philadelphia and New York City metropolitan areas by this evening. Ahead of this rainfall, though, showers and thunderstorms will start to pop up over the Philadelphia and New York City metropolitan area, especially after 2 p.m. And between 2 and 5, ahead of this area of heavy rainfall, is when you're going to see the best potential for strong to severe thunderstorms. I think the severe aspect here is going to be very limited, and I'll show you why in just a moment. But if you're going to see a severe thunderstorm, it's going to be between that 2 and 5 o'clock hour, because thereafter, all this heavy rainfall will create a rain-cool environment at the surface, basically leading to a very stable air mass and widespread heavy rainfall and elevated thunderstorms rather than severe thunderstorms. On the water vapor satellite picture, we can clearly see the setup here. Here's our cold front that's going to stall out because this low pressure system is going to develop and intensify. So this low pressure system lifts north and east. The southerly winds ahead of the low pressure system will basically cause this cold front to stall out initially for this afternoon. So where this cold front sets up, it will basically retrograde back towards, well, basically from western central Pennsylvania back towards northeastern Pennsylvania, and then basically bisecting portions of Massachusetts as this low pressure system lifts north and east. And with that, all this deep tropical moisture that's setting up over the southern mid-Atlantic will lift northeast. So here's the sounding for the Philadelphia metro for this afternoon. And I'm using the Philadelphia metro because this is the location where you're going to have the best potential for an unstable atmosphere. A couple of key points. One, really isn't much in the way of shear here, okay? Yes, the winds are veering aloft, but they're relatively weak. I mean, we're talking about 5 to 10 miles per hour and maybe up to 25 miles per hour, which at 500 millibars is really not all that strong at all. Also notice the sounding here. See this red line, this green line? This is your temperature and this is your dew point. When they're pretty much together like this, that means that the atmosphere is very saturated. So this is a sounding for heavy rain, not severe thunderstorms. For severe thunderstorms, what you want to see is that this green line here expand way out here, which would suggest dry air. Dry air on top of very humid air leads to basically water vapor able to rise rapidly in the atmosphere, leading to thunderstorms growing rapidly and intensifying. But in this case, we clearly don't have that in place. What we have here is a tropical environment that supports a lot of heavy rainfall. So taking a look at the latest WRAP model guidance, here we are this morning, you can see that heavy rain basically lifts north and east, settles over the Philadelphia and New York City metropolitan area for this afternoon and evening, producing widespread heavy rainfall. Should a severe thunderstorm develop, the primary impact, should I say, will be strong wind gusts over 60 miles per hour. Other than that, we're looking at embedded thunderstorms producing some gusty winds and some very heavy rainfall for the Philadelphia and New York City metropolitan area. Looking at anywhere from about a half an inch of rain here between this afternoon and early tomorrow morning. And you could see a localized amount up to an inch in some heavy downpours. Flash flooding and urban flooding will be your primary impacts. Taking a look at the rest of the forecast, should I say. This is, of course, the European model guidance from the PennState AWOL website. I'm going to jump to tomorrow evening. High pressure will be in complete control. Our temperatures will basically back off nicely. The primary difference between today and tomorrow actually is going to be the dew points. We're going to have a lot more dry air in place. And so our temperatures today, for example, generally will range from the lower to mid 80s in the Philadelphia metropolitan area, upper 70s to lower 80s in the New York City metropolitan area, but it'll feel like the mid to upper 80s because of all of the humidity. Tomorrow, same temperatures, but a lot less humidity. So it's going to feel a lot more comfortable tomorrow with high pressure in place, clear skies, and low humidity. High pressure will remain in control for Thursday and Friday, but notice that high pressure system will start to shift off the coast. I'm expecting dry conditions, but our temperatures are going to rebound basically into the upper 70s to lower 80s along the coast, lower to mid 80s away from the coast to Philadelphia metropolitan area, likely to be in the mid 80s, around 84, 85 degrees, with an increase in humidity each day. By this weekend, that high pressure system will be well off the coast, will be under the influence of a nice southwesterly flow, so we'll have a better shot of seeing an isolated or scattered shower or thunderstorm in the afternoon. Not a washout this weekend, but still a potential threat here and there as disturbances lift through the region. And then by the time we get into Monday, high pressure will remain in complete control. We have to watch out again for afternoon and evening showers and thunderstorms. But notice through this entire period, all the way into Tuesday, we have high pressure basically locked in off of the East Coast, basically locked in over the Western Atlantic, producing a southwesterly flow from the Gulf of Mexico up the East Coast. And that means our temperatures are going to be warming up nicely. So Saturday and Sunday, look for temperatures in the lower to mid 80s throughout the entire Philadelphia and New York City metropolitan area, aside from the immediate coast, where temperatures are going to be in the upper 70s to low 80s. And then by the time we get to Monday and Tuesday, temperatures will rebound even more into the mid to upper 80s, possibly even a few lower 90s in the Philadelphia metropolitan area, mid to upper 80s in the New York City metropolitan area, and upper 70s to low 80s along the coast, with a marked increase in humidity. That is your forecast discussion for today. Of course, I'm your meteorologist, Stephen DiMartino. You can follow the latest weather information at nynjpaweather.com and nynjpaweather on Twitter and Facebook. Have a wonderful day. Stay safe out there.